Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on the state of the ANC because this past weekend they had their January statement, which happens every January when they celebrate their birthday. This year it was their 114th celebration, and needless to say, the stadium was not full. It wasn't even close to capacity. A lot of people say that less than half the stadium was filled, but that is not necessarily what I would like to focus on. Now, before we get into this video, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you a cent. The overwhelming majority of you that regularly watch my content aren't subscribed, but you can fix that by just clicking the subscribe button below, and it'll be greatly appreciated. Alright, so before I show you what transpired at this event, I would just like to refresh your memory to what Fikile Mbalula, who is the Secretary General of the ANC, what he had to say with regards to the United States and what the ANC plans to do with regards to the United States.
To this extent, we have resolved to work with all the progressive forces in our country and mobilize against the American imperialist aggression, including against our own country.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, the same guy that was a minister in 3 different departments, left all of them in shambles, and now his final project, the final boss, is to destroy the ANC, and he's doing a phenomenal job at this. And if you think that that was bad, look at what actually took place at the event this past Saturday. Okay, besides that terrible noise, like you can see, this stadium is not a big stadium by any stretch of the imagination, and you can see that there's not a lot of people there. The stadium is like half filled, but anyway, looks like a lot of fun. Not. What?
All right, so you're watching live scenes from Moruleng Stadium as the various cultural groupings, as well as, I suppose you could call them units and detachments within the ANC's
Just for a second, imagine this at a DA rally. What is going on here?
Life are making their entrance and just doing drills on the pitch.
And he's mooting the guy.
Was the MK,
You're not supposed to whip the guy. What? You're not supposed to whip him literally.
Going around, and you are seeing also a group of women who are waving ANC flags, but also cultural groups not far off behind. Just the color, eclectic mix of color and.
Yeah, no, I'm speechless. I'm not touching that. No, you can go and find that on other channels. I'm not touching that. That is insane. But that's not even what I wanted to show you, but that was crazy. All right, so what I would like to show you is the following. So this was posted on the ANC's official X profile, and you know, you would think that it's something that they would brag about. Now, these aren't SANDF soldiers, just by the by. These are Mkhonto we Sizwe soldiers, and I'm not exactly sure what they are demonstrating here. Yeah, that's the state of South Africa in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. And the irony of this is that you would think that if this is what the state of your country is, you would shut up and not threaten anybody. But then you've got Fikile Mbalula that is standing on that podium and threatening a world superpower, acting like he's speaking on behalf of the country. Because Cyril Ramaphosa and Fikile Mbalula believe that the ANC is still the only political party that it got a majority in the last election and that they are the government of this country. At no point did they discuss any of this with their coalition partners, that's the GNU. And the question that has to be asked is, where is the DA in all of this? Why is the DA not condemning what Fikile Mbalula and Cyril Ramaphosa is saying on behalf of South Africa? The DA was a brilliant opposition party, and now they want to be the opposition, but they also want to be in government. So when they come out and say something that is against the ANC, in essence, they are speaking against themselves because they are part of the government. They can't speak out against the government. But surely within the GNU, they can speak to the ANC to say, you're not going to say these things because you're not saying it on behalf of the government, because we are part of the government and we do not agree with what you said. I'm so disappointed in the DA. Besides the personal issues that I've had, what happened to me and what the DA did, I'm talking about, where is the DA that used to inspire people? Where's the DA that used to have things in Parliament in which they had these statements that came out and then that won people over? That DA doesn't seem to exist anymore because the DA is leaderless. John Steenhuisen is fighting internal battles rather than representing South Africa. And then we've got the foot and mouth disease that is the worst on record. And guess what? It's happening under his position as minister. Go figure. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the state of South Africa where the ANC had their rally and the ANC still believe that they are the only party that is governing this country. And then they go and threaten the United States. They side with Russia, China, and Iran. And then also the naval exercise that is taking place currently, they write this half-hearted letter to Iran to say, we think it's best that you might not want to participate in this naval exercise because look at what you're doing to your own people in Iran, and there's an uprising there. Don't you guys maybe want to go back there? And then Iran just doesn't respond, and now they're part of the naval exercises. Once again, South Africa is aligning themselves with the skunks of the world and threatening the United States, and we actually do not have anything to back up these claims. So when we have somebody as dumb as Fikile Mbalula threatening the United States, I'm sure there's a part of South Africa that actually hopes that President Donald Trump hears that and decides to take action. Because the sanctions that will hit South Africa will not hit everyday South Africans. It'll hit the ANC, the EFF, MK, and everybody that is anti-United States and pro-Russia, China, and Iran. And I truly believe that that lesson is going to come within the next month or two. Mark my words, save this video. Within the next 2 months, the United States is going to sanction ANC leaders, perhaps EFF and MK leaders in this country. And then you're going to see how things very quickly go south for those political parties. And you know what? I'm going to grab my popcorn and I can't wait for that to happen. Because with all due respect, the things that the ANC has said against the United States is horrendous. And every little secret that the ANC, EFF and MK has is going to come out because they are messing with a world superpower, but also with a country that's got the most intelligence agencies in the world. They will uncover everything. And I'm here for it. I can't wait for it. And that's pretty much all I got to say, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel. It's free. Share this video far and wide. And if you would like to support me financially, then you can become a member to this channel by clicking the join button below. It'll be greatly appreciated. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre.